When Jesus sent out the 70 to preach the good news, he commanded them, "When you enter a house, first say, 'Peace to this house.' If a man of peace is there, your peace will rest on him. Stay in that house, eating and drinking whatever they give you. Don't move around from house to house. Heal the sick who are there and tell them, 'The kingdom of God is near you.'" A Tanzanian disciple maker was led to reach the Hadzabe tribe with the gospel of Jesus Christ. He entered Olopiro village located in Ngorongoro area.
Ni missionary, nimesoma chuo cha East Africa School of Mission pale Dar es Salaam. Lakini baada ya kumaliza masomo yangu ya umisheni nilipata wito wa kufikia kabila moja linaitwa kabila la Wahadzabe.
The Hadzabe are the hunter-gatherer people who live in northern Tanzania. Their native homeland include the Lake Eyasi Valley and nearby hills. They have no domesticated livestock, nor do they grow or store their own food. The Hadzabe have lived in their current environment, bordering the Serengeti Plains, since their first days as a unique group. The Hadzabe eat berries, tubers, meat, and honey.
Nikaja moja kwa moja nikafikia kwenye kambi moja
I entered the Hadzabe camp and lived with more than 10 people. I was not well received by them because they discriminated me. But I trusted God who led me in this community to accomplish his purpose. The disciple making movement begins with God's leading in seeking the man of peace. Thank God who taught me about the man of peace. My greatest task was to find the man of peace in this community. The man of peace will cause the great impact in the community. So my eyes were open, seeking him. When I entered the Hadzabe camp, I met a Hadzabe man named Bunga. He was able to speak Swahili language. Bunga welcomed me and interpreted their language for me. He also shared with me the Hadzabe stories. The Hadzabe build huts for their camps, but they sleep outside whenever they want. Some stay up much of the night and those during the heat of the day. The first day I entered the camp, it rained heavily at night. People slept outside around the fire. It also rained on me as I slept with them outside. I didn't know what God wanted me to learn in this situation, because these people are living in a challenging environment. I felt God is laying a burden in me and begin a journey of disciple-making movement in this community. Baboon is the best food for the Hadzabe people. They usually hunt baboons with arrows. It's often the poisons, not the arrow, that kills the baboon. Next day, early in the morning, Bunga and I went to hunt. Bunga used his arrow to kill the baboon and carried it to the camp. We skinned it and prepared a meal. Eating together builds a strong bridge of relationship and acceptance in the community. But denying the food blocks the relationship. I ate cooked baboon with them. Jesus said, "Eat and drink whatever they give you." I have never eaten baboon in my life. As they saw me eating and drinking with them, their hearts were open and I was accepted in their community. They told me that every visitor that entered their community did not accept their food, but I am the only person who accepts their food. Building the strong bridge of relationship in the community takes time, prayer and commitment.
Huyu ni mtu ambaye Mungu amemwandaa kuwa mwana wa amani.
God prepared a man of peace in this community. Bunga became a great help for me in this community. He spent time with me, telling me the Hadzabe stories and interpreted for me. He also took the responsibility of protecting me against dangerous wild animals. They trained me how to climb trees if the wild animals attack. During rainy season, Hadzabe people eat honey, fruits, and the roots they collected. Hadzabe men work through whistle, calling with an African bird known as the honey guide. The bird guides the Hadzabe hunter to beehives. We went to collect beehives. It was hard time for me because I have not eaten honey as food, but I used it as medicine. The Hadzabe man can eat 5 liters of honey. As we were gathering beehives, I told my friend to shoot small animals for me to eat. Bunga hunted small animals that looked like wild cats so that I may eat. The Hadzabe make fire with sticks, woods, to warm themselves and roast their meat. In all these days, I did not disclose my identity and the mission I had in the community. Finding safe water in this community was the great challenge. I drank water which came from springs. The Hadzabe people dig small holes and drink water. Though the water was not safe, but I thank God for His protection. As I kept living in this community, the Hadzabe had so many questions about me. Some said that I was the Hadzabe who was lost, and now I have come back to my community. I was accepted and trusted to be a part of their community. One day, we woke up early in the morning. I discovered that my friend was in trouble because he was quiet the whole day. We went to hunt and he was quiet. I was worried about him. I didn't know that God was dealing him. We came back and prepared the food together. And all this time, Bunga was quiet. And with a sad face, he went in the jungle, begging me to go with him because he had a private talk with me. The Hadzabe do not believe in any divinity, but they believe in a presence that manifests itself in the sun. They practice the ancestors' worship and believe in their presence under the form of gods. Mentioning God was prohibited in this community because they believed once the name is mentioned, it brings misfortune in the community. I remember one time I had a call from my friend who greeted me, and I replied, "I thank God I am fine." Hearing the word God, the Hadzabe stopped all the activities because they believed it was misfortune in their community. So I went with him for a long distance in the jungle, and he told me, "I want to receive your God." All this time, I did not share with him the gospel. I realized that God was using our relationship to deal him. So I used the opportunity to share the gospel with him, and he accepted Jesus Christ and cried for a long time. While holding his arrows, I laid my hands on him and prayed for him. Bunga had peace in his heart and received power to share the gospel with his community. I did not know their language, but this guy was the right person to share the good news of Jesus Christ with his people. Through him, many Hadzabe people received Jesus Christ. Last Sunday, more than 30 people attended our service. This was the work of God in the life of the Hadzabe man. I thank God for leading me to this man of peace. This man has been the bridge of communicating the gospel of Jesus Christ in this community. I am glad to tell you that the best way of discipling the people is through the man of peace. The man of peace has the social network for communicating the gospel of Jesus Christ. I am not the Hadzabe, and I cannot share the gospel with them. Hadzabe people can be discipled by their fellow Hadzabe. The man of peace has opened the door for the gospel in this community, and the Hadzabe know him and called him their pastor. He is now sharing the gospel in their language, and many are coming to Jesus Christ.